Hi, and welcome to another episode of Stacia Plays Wild and Crazy Hyper-Aggressive Chess. I haven't been doing this intentionally, but this will be another miniature on a blitz game that I played where things get a bit wild, so let's have a look. Okay, so f4 move 2 is the king's gambit, so I'm trying to divert Black's center pawn so that I can easily play d4, create the pawn center, and they declined it with d6. I see this move quite often at the club level. This was a 3-2 blitz game played on chess.com. I played knight f3, just guarding the square so the king can't appear there at the wrong moment. Knight here, and bishop c4. So this move is my prep, but let's continue. Bishop g4, and I actually prepared this next move because this is actually a common and annoying plan that you can see from Black, and I have another video on this. And so Black is pinning the knight and threatening to attack the pinned knight with knight to d4. And that's a lot of pressure, and it can mess up your structure, and the bishop sometimes comes here. Like, for example, if I were to just go here, for example, and I'm not using an engine, by the way, I think Black can just come in like this. And it's kind of annoying. Like if I castle, and they take now, like let's say like this can be a problem. Notice the bishop's hitting the rook, and my development's not great. And this is probably better for Black. Let's have a look. Yeah, it wants rook e1, which is not a move you want to play. I'd probably play here. And it's saying queen h4 already. Yeah, I mean this is rough. This is rough. So it's equal, but it's not exactly the type of position you want to get. So, okay, let's go back. Okay, so with that in mind, after bishop g4, I prepared this move, castles. And now if they play knight to d4, which my opponent did, I instantly take on f7. And this is my preparation. And it's easy to fall into, but basically, I'm saying, go ahead and take my bishop, because now I can play here because this comes with check. Very common tactical motif against this bishop on g4. And then after something like king e7, I can actually pick up this bishop. And the other thing I like about this is often this tactic doesn't work because let's see. Hang on a second. Let's say he takes. Often this doesn't work because the queen can take the knight. And after the queen takes the knight, the queen's defending the bishop, so we can't really take. But in this particular position, our pawn is still on f4. They never took the pawn. So it's actually defending the knight. So this would be met. Well, and I'll show it to you. So it kind of looks like it works for a second until you see this. Pawn takes queen with check. So it doesn't work. It's just losing. So my opponent in this game decided to not take the bishop and play here, without much thought too, by the way. And I retreated here. Normally I would go here, but I've noticed that the computer puts the bishop here, and I'm not totally sure why, so I figured I'd play it and maybe I'll learn something. So I did that. Okay, he decided to take the knight. I took with a pawn. Bishop h3, attacking the rook. Okay, now I briefly looked at lines like this, maybe not this exact position. And this is where the game gets interesting, because all right, I'm probably doing quite well because I won the f-pawn, the strong knight is gone, and the king is never going to castle ever, maybe manually. But I notice in many lines, this exchange sacrifice works. And I think the reason is this bishop is basically black's best piece by far. And so giving that up for my rook is not the best idea. Also, I think the other reason, and if any strong players are watching, please share your insights. I think the other reason is once this bishop comes here, the light squares are weak for black. And notice there's a lot of light squares. And the bishop can make an appearance on h3 instead of the black bishop slicing into the position and making it difficult for the king to escape. So I think that is my assessment of this exchange sacrifice, which I've looked at before. So I just simply remembered it during the game and play d4. And I'm saying, please take my rook because I will play bishop takes and I will station my bishop on this annoying square. Now this move I don't agree with. I'm not sure why he took here. I gotta turn the engine back off. I actually think black needs to, I mean, maybe take the rook. I don't know. Is this like the best hope? It might be actually. But otherwise I would develop rapidly if I was black, if I could. Or hide the king or something. I might even consider a move like this just to get the queen to the h4 square. That's possible. Or maybe knight out. Let's see what the computer wants. Oh, computer does want to take the rook. So that's interesting. Okay. But he took here. Probably a mistake. I took here. And now knight out. Very reasonable. And I played here. Let's see what the computer thinks of this move, because I am like really set on sacrificing my rook. And computer does give rook d1 here, and it gives +4. Knight c3, it's still giving +3. So it's not the best move, but it's still a good move. And c5 was played. Okay. So what would you do here? Pause your video and figure out what would you play here as white. Yeah, I thought maybe I would move my queen. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to move my queen. Check. All right, this is the whole reason I brought my knight out. I wanted to go into this square. And hey, this comes with check, so let's do it. If he takes with the knight is an annoying defensive piece anyway. And now I take and I have a threat. So that would be checkmate. So let's see what black does. Black goes here. And I'm still trying to sacrifice my rook, but this comes with check. And I think already, maybe it's game over already. I don't know. What should black do here? I think, you know, they have to take the knight, don't you think so? They pretty much have to take the knight. I mean, if this, I take this with check. Maybe this is okay. Like this. This might actually be okay, so I'm going to turn on the engine now and see what it says after this. I'll turn on the arrows for you guys. Best move arrow. I guess that was right. Wow. Oh, yeah, he should do that. So here, then we do take, queen takes, what's the move? Wow, actually trade. Okay. So I guess, what's the material count here? We have 7 pawns, black has 6 pawns. Yeah, and white is very well coordinated. So, okay. I do agree that this position is pleasant for white. Computer gives almost +3, which seems a little hefty to me, but okay. Let's continue. All right, so I went like this. Check. I figured I must be winning at this point. And let's turn the engine off. After this, what would you play? Hopefully you said take the rook. Yeah, so I really liked this check because, well, if the king goes here, I'm pretty sure this is checkmate. So he can't do that. And if he can't do that, then the king cannot run at all. So this move is just very strong. He can't go here. The bishop's guarding. This entire thing is covered by the queen. Like I said, he can't go here. So he has to block. And then that does hang the rook. And let's see what he did. Oh, wow. I didn't even take the rook. Sorry, guys. I totally forgot how I played this. My plan was to take the rook. But this is hyper-aggressive Stacia that was playing, not me. So I played here. This must be very strong. Yeah, this is probably stronger. Let's see. Computer likes taking the rook. It says after this, king d8. Notice that, you know, I'm leaving behind this square. He could go here now, but then I take the queen. So he has to maintain defense of the queen. Then I take check. And okay, I was finally content. I've won material, and to compensate for my lost material, black has a worse position. So, okay. Yeah, and I actually blunder, but the position is so good I couldn't even mess it up. Wow, I didn't even see I could take that. Didn't even see I could take it. Yeah, that's the move I missed. I missed the bishop could take, but even still, I'm just winning. I'm still up a full bishop and pawns as well. And I'll show you my technique. Oh, here he resigned. Okay, but the plan is just to get the rook involved, and the bishop's guarding the pawn, and yeah, it's just winning. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll do one last run through and come up. I like to come up with one main thing I've learned. And I'll leave the engine on this time really quick. Okay, so preparation pays because I got this position here, here. Okay. So I played d5. D5's also, or d4, I'm sorry. d4 is also strong according to the computer, but I could play this way. And okay, do you guys know why this is a good move? Because I know why. The reason the computer likes this is when the king is in the center like this and your king's pretty safe, it wants to open the position, especially if you have better development as well, which I do. So it just wants to do this and start opening up things, open lines towards the king. All right, but I played this, just getting my bishop involved. He took, yeah, now it wants to save the rook. Oh, never mind. All right, so I guess I'm learning this sacrifice is sound. Black should take it. And let's just look at this line real quick. Yeah, take with the bishop. Wow. Why on earth would black play that move? Okay, that one I don't know. I think I know why. I think it wants to make a square for the king because this is going to be painful, perhaps. But all right, let's try this move and see what the computer does. I kind of want to get an idea for the plans. So black is running. Black's just running away. It's kind of funny. Oh, and now we're going to try to open this up. Wow, so the computer is just making a bunch of king moves and hiding the king. Very interesting. But it says it's +3. Well, I didn't learn much from that. Okay. So after here, my move is a little bit ambitious, I guess. Just queen here is fine. If I did this, this is still winning. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I learned that sacrifice is just fine, which I kind of already knew. And then I also learned that I shouldn't blunder an exchange when I'm converting. But okay, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. If there's anything I could do better in these that you would enjoy, let me know. One person already said that they'd like to see my face during the videos, so I'll make an effort to do that. It's actually been on my list of potential improvements for a long time, so maybe I'll actually do it. Alright, well, thanks so much for watching if you did, and Jess is best. Thanks for hanging with me, Stacia Melinda.